Hi, my name is Cheryl Smith and I'm the owner of Consider It Done Transition Services, and I'm here today with the BHI communities to talk about why I can't let go. It's an appropriate term when we talk about downsizing. One of the many things that happens when we work with families and individuals is they're cleaning out the closet and they look at that one thing and they think, I can't let go of it. I can't let go of it. And we're going to spend a little time talking about why you might not be able to let go of it. Just like what I have here, my grandmother's recipe box. It's the one thing I just could not let go of. One of the reasons we don't let go of items is almost like a bereavement or a farewell. Because when we leave a home and move to a smaller home or downsize, for many of us, it's the last move we make. So when we say goodbye to these special items, it's the last time we see them, we touch them, we look at them, and it's kind of like a loss. So people do feel that sadness, and they really don't want to feel that, which is why they hold on to it a little longer. And what I like to think is that all of these items that we have a hard time letting go of are attached to a person, a place, or an event, and there's a story attached to it. It's a story. And when we get rid of these memory items, many of us feel that the story is gone too. And that's what keeps us holding on to it, because if we don't tell the story, who's going to tell the story? It's really some of the most emotional moments you'll have, and some of the hardest when you're working through the downsizing process. So let's talk about some ways to help you get over this hurdle of letting go of what we call memory clutter, things that really are tied to us. So number one, talk to your friends and family. If you have some precious items, let your friends and family know they mean something to you. Ask them if they'd like them and find out which items in your home they might like to have. And don't wait till you're not here on this earth anymore to give them away. Give them lovingly to your family now so that you can watch them enjoy it. What fun to watch my girls make some recipes out of my grandmother's recipe box. That is fun. And then I'm able to tell the story of where the recipe came from or why it didn't work and what grandma did to make it different. So watch people enjoy your items. It'll bring you so much joy, and know that your stories will continue on. Another thing you can do is create scrapbooks, memory boxes, or I'm also going to say framing, framing special pictures. When you give yourself a container or an area that's a little smaller, it forces your brain to narrow down what you keep. And then you can use those smaller items, the pages in a book, the space in a box, the walls in your house, to really focus on the things that mean the most to you. Also technology. There is so many great ways to keep track of items, pictures, and stories. There's an app called Artifact. There's an app called Storyworth. They all provide a way for families to tell stories, to share pictures, to get audio recording as well. How fun to be able to pass on a story that grandpa told to great-grandchildren, at weddings or special events. So don't forget the use of technology and ways to keep your stories moving on to the next generation. Another fun way to keep memories alive and those stories moving forward is to repurpose items. And what I mean by that is, for example, you may have a set of silver and nobody wants the sterling, but you can take some of those pieces and create jewelry. You can create a bracelet, you can make a ring. What a great gift to give a granddaughter at graduation. Making a pillow out of a shirt that was grandpa's and passing that along, or giving one to each of the grandchildren at Christmas. There's a lot of ways to take items, repurpose them, make them smaller, and the stories still live on, and they're easily passed from one generation to the next. And maybe new memories are created from those that you shared. So don't forget about the power in gifting and giving lovingly. You loved that item, you remember that memory, and you can pass it on to somebody else and let it live a new life. It's the hard part. It's the hard part, letting go and deciding what to do with these items. Know it's a hard part. Take your time through this process and find a way that'll help you pass on these stories without much stress in your life, because the goal is to get you in a place where you have the things around you that you love.